Oh God! Oh.
Have you seen any more of the glow-in-the-dark owls?
Oh Jesus, Andrew, you scared me.
Oh, have you started?
Yeah, I was recording the sound of a creaky door and then got scared by the creaky door.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we're off to a scary start.
Do you know where the other box of owls is?
Melissa put them in the corner cupboard, I think.
I've just come from there, but I couldn't see them.
Just ask Melissa, she'll know.
Alright then. Got everything you need?
Yep.
Alright, when you're done, can you take this box downstairs, please?
The what's downstairs, please? What?
The box downstairs, please.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. So, hello and welcome to the third episode of the Discount Bookshop podcast. Third! I can't believe it. The fact that we're still going and we're on the third episode now actually makes me think that the head office still hasn't listened to a single one of these. I'm sure they wouldn't let it continue if they did, but there we go. It's their own fault. What can I say? So I can keep making these for as long as I can get away with it. I do these in work time instead of doing some of my shifts, so ideally I want to be away from the customers as much as possible. If you're new here, my name is Jess, and I'm a supervisor here at the Discount Bookshop, and today you've all joined me on Halloween. Ooh! Well, actually I realise that this will actually come out after Halloween, but I'm recording it before Halloween, so, you know, it kind of all evens out, I think. So today, as well as doing the usual admin and giving out the usual announcements, I'm very excited to say that we have a special guest. Would you believe it? Someone actually wanted to come on the podcast. It's like this is starting to become a proper thing. So a little bit later on, we will be joined by Simon Winters, who is a supervisor at the store in Oxford. Some employees who are listening may know Simon's name from a storytelling competition that we ran last year. He was crowned the winner with his story about a vegetable market he visited which had run out of vegetables. Would you believe it? I remember the drama of the piece, which ended up with him reluctantly going to the local supermarket. The story was, of course, called, let me just see, it was called Once Upon a Vegetable Market. Excellent title. And I believe he was even planning on adapting the story for stage. So we can look forward to that in the future. Enough of that for now, though. I will be chatting to him today about a spooky story he's wanting to tell. As employees know, or those who actually check their emails, I wanted to know if anyone had any stories of spooky happenings in their stores. Granted, Simon was the only person to reply, but he sounded eager to tell his tale, so without further ado, here is my chat with Simon Winters. Hi Simon, welcome to the Discount Bookshop podcast.
Thank you for having me.
How's your store doing?
Oh, yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Okay, good. So how's your store doing at the moment?
Yeah, good, thanks.
In terms of it being close to Halloween?
Oh, yes, well, I'm glad you asked that because something rather spooky happened to me recently when I was working by myself.
Yourself? Wow, didn't expect that. So how long ago was this, Simon?
It was recently.
Okay. Well, it sounds like a spooky start. So why don't you tell us all what happened, Simon?
Now,
Yeah, that Simon. That's why you're here.
are you recording?
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about that. Why don't you just why don't you just tell us the story?
Oh, well, I'm getting a bit stressed now. I didn't notice you had started recording.
For God's sake.
Okay, well, where to start? It all started on a day when I was running the shop. I usually only run the shop on Wednesdays, but all the more spookier.
All the spookier.
Yes, all the more spookier that this happened on a Thursday.
Blimey! A Thursday.
I know. So I was walking to work and I was wearing shoes that I'd only bought the day before. I was in the market for a new pair of work shoes because my others had been falling apart for a while and anyway, I've lost my trail of thought now. Where was I?
New shoes.
Yes, I bought a pair from a new shop near ours. I think it's called. Oh, that doesn't matter. Anyway, I bought them but had to take them back because. Oh, that doesn't matter. I got to my shop, opened the doors as usual, and walked up the stairs. At first, everything seemed normal, but then I heard this strange noise. I'd never heard it before, and it was sort of high pitched. I stopped and listened, but then the noise stopped. I carried on walking again, and it started again. At this point, I got really freaked out, so I ran all the way to the office and closed the door behind me. I stood and listened for a while, but the noise had gone again. I never did find out what it was, but if you ask me, it was definitely something like a ghost or something. For definite. The sound followed me, and I only heard it when it was quiet and I was by myself at the start of the day.
A ghost, eh?
Well, what do you think of that?
Could it have been your new shoes?
Well, what?
You know, sometimes new shoes squeak.
Yeah, maybe, but I was wearing them at the end of the day and I didn't hear them then.
Or maybe they'd broken in by then.
All right then, well, what do you think about this? When I was working
How long ago?
the other day, I was again walking up the stairs in my shop and I heard a musical note. I walked back down and there's that musical note again. I couldn't tell you where it was coming from. And no, before you suggest that I had children's musical shoes on, I did not.
No children's musical shoes, eh? Was it a mouse?
No.
A kid's book that makes noises?
No, this was a single musical note, plain as the day I heard it. Throughout the day I listened as customers and staff members walked up and down the stairs to get to the art floor. Sometimes it made a noise, sometimes it didn't, as if the step was choosing people.
For what?
Oh, I don't know, choosing who it liked and who it didn't. Maybe if it made a sound, that was the step trying to distract you so that you tripped up. I know. That stopped you in your tracks, hasn't it? I never thought when I started this job that there would be a haunted step in my shop.
Oh!
What?
I think I know what it is.
What?
The step.
What is it?
Do you want to know, or would you rather think it's haunted?
Well, I think I want to know.
Head office got what they called a musical step installed in every store which has more than one floor, so that if you can hear if someone's gone up or downstairs. I think it's just an extra security feature, I suppose.
Well, I think I would have heard about that.
They sent an email.
I'm pretty sure I would have seen that email. I check them very regularly and I never delete them.
Well, everyone else got that email, so either you don't check your emails as much as you think, or the musical step really is haunted.
You mean the haunted step?
Musical step.
Haunted step.
Any more scary stories before we fall asleep?
I saw 5 spiders in one corner of the shop.
Spiders?
They looked suspicious. Why were they all there together? You don't normally see that.
Anything else?
I stepped and heard a sound which made me jump, but it was just a chocolate bar wrapper. Nothing else comes to mind, though.
Wait a minute. What do you mean a chocolate bar wrapper?
Well, just an empty wrapper.
And someone left that in the shop?
Yeah.
People do that in my shop all the time.
Mine too. We had a no food or drink sign in the window, but a customer took it down.
And was it laminated?
Of course it was.
A lack of common courtesy is the scariest thing of all, in my opinion.
I'm so relieved to hear you say that, because sometimes I wonder if it's just me.
No, not at all. We must continue fighting.
Absolutely.
Well, it was nice to talk to you in the end, Simon.
And you.
Keep up the good work.
And you. I'll let you know if I have any updates on the haunted step.
Musical step.
What's that?
I'll look forward to that, and I hope you'll keep storytelling in the future.
I'm sure I will.
All right, then. Well, thanks for chatting to us, Simon.
Thank you for having me.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Well, there we have it. That concludes my chat with Simon. Very nice guy. I've only ever chatted to him a few times. Sometimes I've had to call him when I've been supervising because I haven't known something, or we've had, their store's not that far away from ours. Well, it's not exactly near, but, we sometimes get customers saying, oh, do you know if you've got this in this shop? Or do you know if you've got that in that shop? No, I don't know that. I don't know that. I work in my shop. I know what's in my shop. And then they say, oh, can you just phone another shop and ask? I don't want to do that. I've got things to do. Gladys. I've got things to do. But anyway, sometimes they persevere. Sometimes I look up I look up the number. And you know what? I end up having a nice chat to the person on the other side. But, I will say to any customers listening, it is annoying when you do that, okay? We can pretend like it's not, but it is. It's a waste of our time, quite frankly. You could quite easily call them up yourself, but you don't. So instead we have to stand there and call them, and then it's awkward because sometimes they don't answer the phone. Sometimes there's a bad signal. I mean, we have a bad signal in our shops. Sometimes, we've got things to do. You can just call them from home. Call the stores individually. Just ask if they've got something. They'll happily answer. Or sometimes they won't happily answer. Having said that. In fact, I will not name and shame, but I know a few stores where they definitely do not answer the phone. But you know what? I don't blame them. Anyway. Do you hear that noise? Now, that noise is oh, there it is again. Yeah, it always happens twice. It comes from downstairs. It comes from downstairs, and basically it's a new highly irritating toy that we have in our shop. I don't know if you'd call it a toy. I don't really know what the point of it is, but it's basically like a sort of sound effect machine. Now, I don't know whether it's running out of battery or whether it's supposed to sound like that, but it's supposed to be some sort of sound effect. I don't know whether it's supposed to be a donkey, or perhaps a broken down lorry with squeaky brakes, or whether it's supposed to be some sort of like spooky noise for Halloween. I'm not really sure. It was sent with the Halloween stuff, but I find it highly irritating rather than spooky or scary. But unfortunately for us, when they send a toy like this, they always send a demonstration one, which we're supposed to leave out for people to have a little play with. And by people, I mean unattended children who people just leave in our shop while they go shopping in other shops or having a look around our shop. So what happens is usually a gang of kids, maybe one or two of them, they'll just gather together and they will just press the button over and over again. And of course, you have to let it play out once you press the button, and it always happens twice. And I cannot stress this enough. Once you press the button, it always happens twice. And so, they could be there for, I don't know, hours and hours, it seems. It's probably only a minute, maybe not even that. But it feels like hours. That noise drills into my brain. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm hoping that we'll sell them, but the trouble is, no one actually wants to buy it. So what happens is people come in, and people will play with it. Kids will play with it. They'll have a good old laugh, and then they'll leave, but they won't buy it because it's like £10. And why is it £10? And who's going to buy that? And so what happens is they play with it and they leave, and then the next person comes along and plays with it and they leave, but no one buys them, so no one takes them out the shop. So unfortunately, we're still stuck with it. So I'm a little bit irritated. I'm sure you are by now, because I know that you can probably hear it in the background. I'm trying to talk a little bit loudly and also quite quickly, just to save you from being just as irritated as I am, because it is highly annoying. But I think probably as soon as Halloween's over, if we haven't sold them, rather than reducing them, I think we'll probably either hide them upstairs in the stockroom, never to be seen again, or chuck them in the bin. Because, and hopefully head office won't listen to that bit, because, yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not really supposed to throw stock in the bin, but I cannot stand that noise, and it needs to go. Okay, that's all I'll say. Oh! And on that note, I think they have finally stopped playing with it. Okay, let's not jinx it. Let's just move on and hope that if we don't mention it again, they will not press it again. Oh, I've just realised that I should have told Simon about Cedric the Ghost. He'd have liked that. Actually, thinking about it, I didn't need a guest after all. I could have just talked to him about the Cedric the Ghost is a rumour that we you know, Cedric the Ghost haunts our shop and my very own store. Some of the people I work with say that they've experienced strange happenings in our store, like hearing noises when they're there alone. Bit like Simon, actually. I will say that we do have a lot of neighbours around our store, so it's likely that the noises are just the sound of pipes and water, etc. But, you know, for the sake of Halloween, let's just say it's haunted and Cedric the Ghost is real. Thinking about it, if I do have an encounter with Cedric the Ghost myself, I must try and convince him to come on the podcast. He could be the Discount Bookshop's regular guest, and the first ever, that I know of, podcast pod ghost. Imagine that, that'd be pretty exciting. Okay then. Speaking of rather excitingly, it seems that the manager of the shopping centre which my branch of the Discount Bookshop is in has been listening, and she has asked me to let customers and employees know about an exciting upcoming family event. Just got it here. I got an email from the manager, Hannah Bracken, so I'll go ahead and read that out for you. She says, let me just find it. She says that Scare School will be a free event where children up to the age of 15 can spend some time making spooky face masks, have their faces painted, make scary crafts and make paper chains in the shopping centre, among many other things. They are working alongside local chaplain Timothy Bull, who has organised a fancy dressmaking event a short walk away at St Catherine's Church. There, members of the public will be able to take their children free of charge to make their own spooky costumes, and all materials will be provided. Hannah says, quote, "This will be a wonderful opportunity to bring together the local community, allowing every child the same chance to dress up and have fun regardless of their household's financial situation, whilst at the same time raising money for 5 local charities." Well, I think that sounds pretty good. Not sure which 5 charities they're raising money for, but she did say that the more information can be found on the shopping centre's website or at their information desk in the shopping centre. Just quickly skim through the email, see if I've missed anything out. Oh, I forgot to say that the Scare School event will take place from... Oh no. What day is it today? Oh, I've just realised actually. It says it'll be from the 23rd to the 31st of October. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that's really annoying. Obviously that date's already passed now, so I'm too late. Oh, that's actually a real shame because that sounded really good. Actually, now that I think about it, I did see a lot of kids in costumes and face paint over the last weekend, so... Yeah. Oh, God. I thought that was such a good idea as well. Oh, never mind. Well, hopefully they didn't have any problems getting the word out and they raised lots of money for charity. I did see quite a few kids, like I say, around the shopping centre with face paint and things, so yeah, I hope... Oh, God. I feel a bit bad about that, actually. Oh dear. Okay. Pick up the pace a little bit. Right. So the next bit's a bit interesting. because I've just actually found something that I forgot about, which is that head office have asked me to read out the winner of the staff Halloween costume competition. It's interesting to me because I didn't actually know there was a competition, hence why I didn't announce it last month. Though I can't imagine any people in my shop would have actually dressed up anyway. Anyway, it says the winner is Clive Darren from the Lincoln branch. He dressed up as a ghost. I haven't got a picture or anything, but you know, presumably it was relatively good considering he won. And that's all the information I've been given, really. So well done, Clive Darren. Yeah. God, I can't stop thinking about the scare school and how I've missed the deadline. Let me just see when Hannah sent that email, because I'm sure it must have been near to the event anyway. Oh, actually, no. Do you know what? She did actually send it 2 weeks before it started. What date was that? Oh, she did. Do you know what? She actually sent it to me in good time. I am sorry about that. Sorry about that, Hannah. My bad. Let me just write. Find a pen. Just write a little note for myself. Okay. Note to self. Check emails more often. Try not to let people down. And then I'll draw a little smiley face for myself. Because, you know, it's nice to end on a positive note. Right, well, there's no lost property today, which is weird. Spooky, even. And we've had no interruptions from my lovely neighbour Sheila, because she put both of her phones in the wash by accident. What a shame. Are you kidding me? Surely not. Let me just see who that's from. Oh my god, it's actually from Sheila. I swear she must be spying on me or something. That's ridiculous. How does she know? How does she know? She can sense. She can sense when I say her name. Let's see what she said. Let's have a look. She said, oh my god, Sheila. Okay, I'm going to try and read this out. It says, hi, just sorry to text. I hope you're not recording now. I've saved my phone, but the button's not working. Your brother said to put it in Rick to soak up the water from the phone, so I boiled the Rick and put my phone near the pot, but it's not worked. Oh my god, she really does baffle me, that woman. I know for a fact that my brother did show her what she needed to do with putting her phone in the rice, because obviously she put it in the wash. Once it gets wet, apparently if you put it in the rice, you know, it like absorbs the water. I think I could be wrong. I think it's been known to work. And I know for a fact that my brother did show her what she needed to do. In fact, I seem to remember she even made a note of it in a little notebook that she's got, because I remember that we had to wait, I think, 25 minutes for her to find a notebook. She insisted on finding one. Then she couldn't find a pen that worked, as I can never do. And then the notebook she brought over, I don't know what it had on it, but it was very bizarre. I'm not sure where she got that from. And then we talked about that for a while, but anyway, she didn't think she said a notebook's a notebook, and I was like, do you know what? That's absolutely fine. You carry on. So anyway, so I do know that she made step-by-step notes on how to do it. The problem is she doesn't listen. So to be honest, we didn't check what she actually wrote down. So she may well have doodled a picture of a cat. She can't be told or shown, apparently. I mean, clearly from her text, I can see that her letter E button has stopped working on her phone, because I think all of the words had the E's missing from it. Like, for example, Rick. I've just realised actually Rick shouldn't say Rick; it should say rice. It's just R-I-C. but obviously the E's not working. So to be honest with you though, her texts almost always don't make any sense, so I think this actually might be an improvement. We may have to permanently take the E away from her phone. So I'll keep you all on updated on whether she breaks her phone anymore. My guess is that she'll continue to use it until she can't use any of the letters, because she's stubborn like that. So I will look forward to many meaningless texts to come. But for now, I think, just go through everything, I think we've reached the end of the Discount Bookshop podcast. Episode 3. Well, it's been a whirlwind. It's been a whirlwind. As always, thank you so much for listening. Please pass this on to anyone you know who might like it, and please like and subscribe, give this a rating, etc. I'd really appreciate it. For now, I think I actually better go help Sheila. She really needs to get that in right if she hasn't already. If not, she's gonna have to buy a new one. She's not gonna be pleased about that. And I hope you will join us next time for... Oh, do you know what I've just realised, actually? You know what I've just realised is if Sheila does get a new phone, like she did last time, my brother and I are going to have to teach her how to use it and set it up and everything. Do you know what, actually? I'm actually not going to go around Sheila's house. I'll just leave her to it. Anyway, I better go. So I hope you'll join us next time for episode 4. Crikey, episode 4 of the Discount Bookshop podcast. Okay, thank you for listening. Thanks a lot.